You carry a quiet weight. It has followed you for years, perhaps since childhood. It shows up when something goes wrong, when someone criticizes you, or when life turns in a direction you did not expect. Without thinking, you feel that you caused it, that something in you is flawed, that you were the weak link. But what if the truth is different? What if the trouble in your life was never a sign that you were broken? What if you were never the problem? This thought can feel strange at first. You may resist it. You may feel the old voice rise and say, "But I made mistakes. I failed. I should have done more." Yet there is another voice within you, older and calmer, that asks you to pause before you judge yourself again. You look at your life and you remember moments that shaped you. Words said in anger. Expectations that were too heavy. Standards that no one could meet. Times you felt alone in a room full of people. Times you swallowed your own needs so others would not be upset. You learned to bend yourself into shapes that did not fit who you were. You were not the problem. You were reacting to forces around you. You were trying to survive in the best way you knew. There is no shame in that. Every person carries wounds from their past. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You must build your life action by action, and be content if each one achieves its goal." You were doing exactly that. You were trying to move forward, step by step, with the understanding you had at the time. Now, you are here. Older, more aware, more awake. You are ready to see yourself with clearer eyes. You are ready to question the beliefs that have lived inside you for too long. You are ready to separate your true self from the old judgment that was never yours to carry. The first thought is simple. You were never the problem. And from this thought, a new path opens. Quietly, steadily, like the first light of dawn, the human struggle. You know the feeling well, that subtle tension in your chest when something does not go as planned, the thoughts that rush in before you can slow them down. This is my fault. I should have seen this coming. I could have done better. It may be something small, like forgetting an appointment, or something larger, like a relationship that falls apart or a decision that leads to unexpected loss. You react quickly, almost automatically. You look for your own mistake first. You assume the blame. Not because you are guilty, but because somewhere along the way you learned that taking the blame feels safer than waiting for someone else to assign it to you. Many people live like this. They carry an invisible burden. They move through their days trying not to disappoint anyone, trying not to disturb the peace, trying not to be the reason something goes wrong. Even when they succeed, the tension never fully leaves. It sits just under the surface, ready to rise whenever life tilts. Maybe you know this feeling when you talk to certain people, those whose words can cut even when they seem calm. A parent, a partner, a boss. They raise an eyebrow, sigh in a certain way, or pause before answering, and suddenly you feel that old discomfort. You rush to fix, to explain, to defend yourself. You worry that you are not enough. You fear being misunderstood or judged. Or perhaps you feel it in moments of silence, when you lie in bed at night replaying conversations, when you think of how others see you, when you recall mistakes from years ago that no one else remembers. You hold yourself to standards you would never demand from another person. You treat yourself with a harshness you would not use on a friend. You might find the same struggle in questions about the future. What if I fail? What if I choose wrong? What if I waste my time? You try to predict every outcome, to avoid any chance of regret. But the more you try to control what cannot be controlled, the more anxious you become. You try to catch every falling leaf, forgetting that some must fall on their own. This struggle is human. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." When your thoughts reflect fear, self-blame, and worry, the world takes on those colors. Even neutral events feel heavy. Even simple tasks feel like tests of your worth. You search for certainty. You want someone to tell you that you are doing enough, that you are good enough, that everything will be fine. But life rarely offers such clean reassurance. Instead, it offers small moments where you must decide how you will meet what appears before you. You stand at the center of all these pressures. Old habits push you one way. Your deeper nature pulls you another. You want to be calm, but your mind races. You want to be confident, but your past whispers doubts. You want to speak your truth, but fear tightens your throat. This is the human struggle. You try to carry a world that was never meant to rest on your shoulders. Yet, even within this struggle, a quiet truth waits. You are not powerless. You are not broken. You are simply human, learning how to walk through life without crushing your own spirit under the weight of expectations. You can learn a new way of seeing yourself, a new way of meeting the world. And this is where Stoic wisdom enters, not to judge you, but to guide you toward a clearer, steadier view, the Stoic shift in perspective. The Stoics faced the same storms of emotion that you face today. They knew fear, anger, uncertainty, and self-doubt. But they worked to see these storms from a higher point, as if climbing a hill to look at the same landscape with more distance. Marcus Aurelius worked every day to shape his mind toward clarity. He wrote to himself because he needed reminders, just as you do. He knew that inner peace does not come from perfect circumstances. It begins with how you look at your own thoughts. The first Stoic shift is simple. You are not your first reaction. You are the one who notices it. A flash of fear does not define you. A moment of blame does not expose your worth. You can step back from the first wave and choose how to respond. You can create space between the event and your judgment. This space is the heart of Stoic strength. The Stoics also made a clear distinction between what is in your control and what is not. Your actions, choices, values, honesty, these belong to you. Other people's opinions, outcomes, accidents, emotions, behaviors, these do not. Much of your suffering comes from confusing these two realms. When someone is upset, you think it is because you failed. When a plan collapses, you think you should have predicted it. When life turns, you think you could have stopped it. A Stoic would say, you can influence much but control very little. And this is not a weakness, it is a freedom. The moment you stop trying to control what is beyond you, the mind becomes lighter. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. This is not an escape. It is an invitation to focus on the only place where true change can happen, within yourself. Another key idea is judgment. Events themselves are neutral. It is your interpretation that shapes them. When someone criticizes you, the words are outside your control. But the meaning you give those words belongs to you. You can see them as an attack, or as useless noise, or as information that helps you grow. The event is the same, but the judgment shifts the world. The Stoics also believed in the inner citadel. This is the quiet, protected place within you that no one can touch unless you invite them in. It is your reason, your calm, your deeper sense of self. You have felt glimpses of it in moments when everything around you was chaotic, yet something in you remained steady. This is your refuge. You do not build this inner citadel through force. You build it one thought at a time, one decision at a time, one moment of clarity after another. You strengthen it by choosing truth over fear, presence over anxiety, and responsibility over blame. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." These simple lines point to a way of living that does not depend on the opinions of others. You become anchored in your own values. You stop bending to every passing emotion. You stop shrinking to fit the expectations of those around you. When you adopt the Stoic perspective, the weight you carry begins to shift. You no longer see yourself as the source of every problem. You no longer assume guilt before understanding the situation. You learn to meet life with steadiness rather than fear. And slowly, you begin to see who you truly are beneath the layers of judgment that were placed upon you. You begin to see that you were never the problem. You were simply trying to navigate a world full of forces outside your control. Practical Stoic exercises. Understanding philosophy is one thing, living it is another. The Stoics knew this. They practiced daily, like someone training a muscle or learning a craft. You can do the same. These exercises are not complicated, but they require consistency. Each one helps you reclaim your mind from old patterns. When you wake up, pause before you move. Sit for a moment in silence. Remind yourself that today you do not control what others will say or do. You do not control the weather, the traffic, or the emotions of the people you meet. But you do control the way you choose to meet each moment. Say quietly to yourself, "I will not give my mind away." As you go through the day, practice pausing. When something irritates you, before reacting, take one slow breath. This breath is the door to your inner citadel. It gives you a moment to see the situation clearly instead of through the fog of emotion. You may still act firmly, but you act with intention, not impulse. When someone criticizes you, resist the urge to defend yourself immediately. Ask, "Is this true? Is this useful?" If the answer is no, let the words pass like a shadow. If the answer is yes, take what helps you grow and leave the rest. You do not have to accept every opinion handed to you. Practice negative visualization. Think for a moment of losing something you value. A relationship, your health, a simple daily comfort. Do not do this to frighten yourself, but to deepen your appreciation for what you already have. This exercise helps you see life clearly, not with panic, but with gratitude. When you remember that everything is temporary, you stop taking your blessings for granted. Keep a small journal. In the evening, write 3 things. What did I do well? What could I have done better? What can I learn for tomorrow? Do not write with self-hatred. Write with honesty and calm. The goal is to see your actions without exaggeration. You are neither worse nor better than you think. You are a student of life, always learning. When fear of the future rises, practice making it smaller. Break your worry into pieces. Ask yourself, what part of this is in my control? Then act on that part. Leave the rest aside. Do not try to live tomorrow before it arrives. Practice remembering your own worth. When you feel the old habit of blaming yourself, say softly in your mind, "This reaction is old." It is not the truth. You retrain the mind by repeating what is real, not what is familiar. When you are overwhelmed, return to the present moment. Look around. Notice the light in the room, the air on your skin, the weight of your body on the ground. No past, no future, only now. This simple awareness dissolves much of the fear you carry. These exercises are not dramatic. They will not erase all struggle overnight, but each one moves you one step closer to calm, one step closer to clarity, one step closer to the person you already are beneath all the noise, time, mortality, and what really matters. The Stoics spoke often of time, not to scare themselves, but to stay awake. They knew that life is not guaranteed, that each day is a gift given without a promise of another. When you understand this truth, your priorities begin to change. You realize how much of your life has been spent trying to please others, trying to avoid conflict, trying to carry burdens that were never yours. You see how much time was wasted on worry, comparison, and fear of judgment. None of this adds to your life. None of this brings peace. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Do not act as if you had 10,000 years to live." He was reminding himself that today is the only day you truly have. Not someday in the future. Not the perfect moment. Today. When you remember that time is limited, you stop giving your energy to things that drain your spirit. You stop pretending that you are small. You stop letting others decide who you are allowed to be. Mortality is not a curse. It is a guide. It teaches you to live with intention. Think of the people you love. Think of the quiet moments that stay with you. A conversation, a touch, a shared breath of laughter. These are the things that matter. Not the criticism. Not the fear of disappointing someone. Not the mistakes you replay endlessly in your mind. You see that life is made of small, simple moments, and that each one is enough. You do not need to chase a perfect life. You only need to live honestly within the life you have. Remember that everyone you meet is temporary, just as you are. Their judgments fade, their opinions shift, their moods rise and fall. Why let such fragile things rule your inner world? Why let fleeting voices decide your worth? Marcus Aurelius wrote, "All is ephemeral, both memory and the object of memory." If even the great struggles of history vanish, how much more quickly the worries that trouble you now? This is not meant to diminish your feelings. It is meant to free you. When you accept that life is short, you learn to forgive more easily, even yourself. You learn to let go of old battles. You stop trying to win arguments that do not matter. You start choosing peace over pride, clarity over confusion, truth over fear. You also begin to see your own life with tenderness. You understand that you did the best you could with the knowledge you had. You see that you were shaped by forces you did not choose. You feel compassion for the younger version of yourself who tried so hard to be perfect, who carried blame in silence, who believed the lie that they were the problem. You were never the problem. You were simply human, trying to live without a map. Time is passing, but it is not slipping away from you. It is inviting you to live more honestly, more fully, more in line with the person you truly are. Quiet resolution. You sit here now with a different sense of yourself. You have walked through memories of struggle, through the lens of Stoic wisdom, through the practices that help you reclaim your mind, and through the truth of mortality that softens the heart. You see more clearly that much of your suffering came from misunderstanding your place in the world. You thought you were responsible for everything. You thought you had to hold every piece together. But no one can live under such a weight. And the truth is simple. You were never the problem. Life is unpredictable. People are imperfect. Circumstances shift. Sometimes things fall apart because they must. Sometimes they fall apart so something better can be built. Your worth does not rise or fall with events. It does not depend on approval. It does not disappear when someone misunderstands you. You are responsible for your actions, yes, but not for the entire world. You are responsible for speaking truthfully, acting with integrity, and meeting each moment with as much clarity as you can. The rest is not yours to carry. Let this understanding settle in you like calm water. You can walk forward without the old fear. You can move through life without shrinking. You can choose to live from your inner citadel, the quiet place that cannot be touched by the noise around you. You do not need to prove yourself. You do not need to apologize for existing. You do not need to meet impossible expectations. You can live simply, honestly, and fully. Let this final thought guide you whenever you begin to doubt yourself. Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul. Let it be your retreat. Let it be your strength. Let it remind you again and again that you were never the problem.